The conference room at Sterling Financial smelled like expensive cologne and betrayal. I stood there holding a crumpled dollar bill in one hand and my wife's underwear in the other, trying to process what had just happened. Let them think they broke you. I hung up and looked at my reflection in a shop window. I was wearing the Tom Ford suit Nicole had insisted I buy, the Rolex she'd given me for our 10th anniversary, the Italian shoes that cost more than my first car, all the trappings of success, and none of it meant anything. Now my phone buzzed, a text from Nicole. "Where did you go? Richard is just joking around. Come back upstairs." I deleted it without responding. Another text, this time from Richard. "No hard feelings, Morrison. Just a little executive bonding. Your wife's a good sport about it." I smiled. Actually smiled because Richard Caldwell had just made the biggest mistake of his life. He thought he'd broken me. Thought I'd slink away defeated, maybe quit. Definitely too embarrassed to ever challenge him again. He didn't know that I'd been building a file on his activities for 8 months. Didn't know that I'd discovered irregularities in the acquisition accounts. Didn't know that I'd been waiting for the right moment to expose him, and he just handed it to me gift-wrapped. I called my brother next. Tyler Morrison answered with music blaring in the background. He was 4 years younger than me, owned 3 successful auto repair shops, and had a guest room in his house in Oak Park. "Ty, I need a place to crash tonight and maybe for a while." "Done." "What happened?" "Long story. I'll tell you when I get there." The third call was harder. I dialed my mother's number in Bridgeport, where she still lived in the same house my father had bought in 1985 before the cancer took him when I was 12. She picked up on the 4th ring, slightly out of breath. "David, is everything okay? Mom, Nicole and I are getting divorced. I'll explain everything later, but I wanted you to hear it from me first." Silence then. "Did she cheat on you?" My mother had never liked Nicole. Said she was too ambitious, too focused on appearances, too concerned with status. I dismissed it as old-fashioned thinking, but mothers have a way of being right about these things. "Yeah, Mom, she did. I'm sorry, baby, but you know what? You're better off." That girl never appreciated what she had. We talked for a few more minutes before I hung up and started walking. Not to Tyler's place yet, not anywhere specific. Just walking, letting the evening air cool the burning humiliation that was slowly transforming into something else. Something harder and more focused. By the time I reached Grant Park, the sun was setting over the lake, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. I found a bench and sat down, pulling out my phone to review the evidence I'd been collecting on Richard. 8 months ago, I'd noticed discrepancies in the quarterly reports. Nothing huge, just small inconsistencies in the numbers that didn't quite add up. Being a senior financial analyst meant I saw things other people missed, patterns in data that revealed truth beneath the surface. I'd started digging quietly, staying late at the office, running reports that weren't part of my official duties, cross-referencing acquisitions with actual market values. What I found was a systematic pattern of overpayment for acquired companies, with the excess money disappearing into shell corporations. Richard Caldwell wasn't just my boss. He was the chief operating officer of Sterling Financial, responsible for mergers and acquisitions. Wanna know full revenge story? Click here.